students, today we start a new lesson in grade 10 chemistry, chapter 2, acids, bases and salts. In this chapter, we will study the reactions of acids and bases, how acids and bases cancel out each other's effects, and many more interesting things that we use and see in our day-to-day life. The common acid familiar to us are hydrochloric acid and the base is sodium hydroxide. So commonly we classify acids into two types, organic acids and inorganic acids. Organic acids means they are present in the plants and animals. And the names are lactic acid, which is obtained from curd, then oxalic acid, present in spinach, tomatoes, citric acid, its source is oranges and lemons, then malic acid present in apple, tartaric acid in grapes and unripe mangoes, formic acid comes from ant sting, acetic acid from vinegar and ascorbic acid from amla. These acids are present in the plants and animals. That's why they are called organic acids. Now, the second classification is mineral acids. Mineral acids are otherwise called inorganic acids. So we can write this as inorganic acids. These acids are obtained from the minerals present in the earth's crust. That's why it is called mineral acids. The common ones are hydrochloric acid, HCl, nitric acid, HNO3, phosphoric acid, H3PO4, sulfuric acid. The king of acid is called sulfuric acid. Its formula is H2SO4. So these are the common acids present in the mineral acids. And the rest of the acids which is not that much familiar to you, but we are using in our industries and labs. Boric acid, hydrofluoric acid, hydrobromic acid, perchloric acid and hydroiodic acid. And the picture is showing the hydrochloric acid which is kept in a glass bottle because it is very harmful and very corrosive substance. Similarly, sulfuric acid and nitric acid you can see in the picture. And all the acids are colorless acids. Now, what is meant by base? The common bases we know are sodium hydroxide and its ions are Na plus and OH minus. And potassium hydroxide also familiar to us, that is KOH. Ions are K plus and OH minus. And calcium hydroxide CaOH twice, which is known as Leckert line. And also we have magnesium hydroxide and then ammonium hydroxide NH4OH. So these are the common bases present. Now, what is common in acids and bases? According to Arrhenius theory, acid is a compound that increases the concentration of H plus ions when dissolved in water. So when you add acid to water, acids will increase the concentration of H plus ions. H plus ion concentration will increase. So that is the definition of acids given by Arrhenius. And these H plus ions will combine with the H2O and form hydronium ions. So H plus ion from the acid. So look at the picture. This is HCl. So when it dissolve in water, it will produce H plus ion, and this H plus will combine with the H2O water and form H3O plus. And this is called the hydronium ion. Okay, so when you add acid into water, H plus ion concentration will be increasing. Now, so the equations given here are HCl, its decomposition is given HCl, on decomposition will get H plus and Cl minus. And HCl plus H2O, which means that the H plus released will be combining with the H2O and form H3O plus ion. This is called a hydronium ion. Now, what is a base? A base is a compound that increases the concentration of OH minus ions when added to water. So, sodium hydroxide, when you put it into water, okay, it splits into its ions Na plus and OH minus, and it will increase the hydroxide ion concentration. OH minus ion concentration will be increasing. So all bases, mostly all bases will decompose into its ions and increase the concentration of OH minus ions. So these substances we say bases. Now, some acids and bases are there very strong, some of them are not. How do we classify which are common acids that are strong and which are not strong? So, strong acids and bases are 100% ionized in aqueous solution. It means that we have HCl, okay, when you put this HCl into water, it will be completely dissociate into H plus and Cl minus ion. 100% decomposition will be taking place here. So such kind of acids are called strong acids, and strong bases, they will undergo ionization. Ionization means they will be changing into its corresponding ions. HCl will be ionizing as H plus and Cl minus. If it is a base, NaOH, it will decompose and form ions as Na plus and OH minus. Okay. So this ionization will be 100% if they are strong acid and strong base. What about weak acid and weak base? They are partially ionized. So weak acids and weak bases, they undergo partial ionization. Partial ionization, so that some of the molecules are still remaining as molecules. The full acid or base molecules are not completely ionized. Some of them are still remaining as acid molecule or base molecule as such. So they are given 6 strong acids and strong bases. Perchloric acid is one of the highest, strongest acid. It is strongest acid. Then HCl, HBr, HI, HNO3 and sulfuric acid. These are highly stronger acids. Similarly, bases, strong bases are lithium hydroxide, sodium hydroxide, potassium hydroxide, calcium hydroxide, strontium and barium hydroxide. All these are coming in the first and second group metal bases. Now, coming to the weaker acid section, acetic acid, carbonic acid, formic acid, okay, these are actually forming from the organic acids, plants and animals, so they are weaker acids. Then another section of weaker acids are hydrocyanic acid, hydrofluoric and phosphoric acid, which is not that much familiar, but the first three are very familiar to us. Acetic acid is otherwise known as vinegar, carbonic acid is called the soda water, and formic acid is coming from the ant sting. And the weak base familiar to us are ammonia, which is used as a bleaching agent, and sodium bicarbonate. Okay, these are the weak bases. Now, so what are the points we have learned today? Acids means they release H plus ions. Okay. Now, there are two types of acids, organic and mineral acids. Organic acids, for example, citric acid, acetic acid, malic acid, tannic acid, etc. Mineral acids come from the minerals present in the earth's crust. Okay, these are man-made acids, or otherwise we call inorganic acids. HCl, H2SO4, HNO3, etc. etc. Now, acids can be strong as well as weak. Strong means the acid is completely ionized in solution and form their corresponding ions. Weak acids means they are partially ionized. Strong acids, example we have seen HCl, H2SO4, etc. Weak acids we have acetic acid, citric acid, ascorbic acid, etc. Now, acids when they dissolve in water, they form H3O plus ions. H3O plus ion is called a hydronium ion, and they will increase the concentration of H plus ions. Okay. Now, what are bases? Bases means they release OH minus ions when they dissolve in water. So they have OH minus ions and it will release OH minus ions when they dissolve in water. Example, NaOH, calcium hydroxide, magnesium hydroxide, etc. Similarly, we have strong base as well as weak base. Strong base, sodium hydroxide, potassium hydroxide, etc. And weak base, ammonium hydroxide. How we are classified based into strong and weak? It is based on the ionization. Strong base means they completely ionize in solution. Weak base means they undergo partial ionization. Thank you, children.